Today, we are going to visit Meiji Jingu, which is the largest and the most important Shinto shrine in Tokyo. Meiji Jingu is located in central Tokyo, near Harajuku Station. The history of Meiji Jingu is not so long, but Meiji Jingu was elected by the government in order to commemorate the great achievement and contribution of Emperor Meiji and his wife, Empress Shoken, in 1920. Before the time of Emperor Meiji, Japan was still in feudal times, in which the shogun took over the power from the emperor and ruled this country as a military government for 700 years. During this time, the imperial family always lived in Kyoto without having any real power. It was Emperor Meiji who decided to leave Kyoto, which had been the capital of Japan for more than 1,000 years, and moved to Tokyo and regained his power. That was in 1868. It is known as the Meiji Restoration. Emperor Meiji established the Meiji Constitution in 1889. He also took the initiative in promoting friendship with other countries and introducing advanced technology from overseas. And Emperor Shoken devoted herself to the national welfare and women's education. She worked for the establishment of the Japan Red Cross. She was respected as the mother of the nation. During Meiji era, everything changes in this country. Japan was industrialized, modernized, and westernized. People's way of life also changed dramatically. When Emperor Meiji passed away in 1912, and Empress Shoken in 1914, shortly after Emperor Meiji's demise, Japanese people wanted to do something to express our appreciation and respect to him. It was already decided that his actual tomb would be in Kyoto, where he spent his childhood. But the people in Tokyo also wanted to do something here. So they decided to make a Shinto shrine and enshrined the spirits of Emperor Meiji and Empress Shoken as deities. Now, Meiji Jingu is one of the most popular shrines in Japan. More than 3 million people visit the shrine during the first 3 days of a new year. This is the first torii gate, which is the main entrance of Meiji Jingu. The gate is brand new. The former torii gate was considerably damaged because it was over 100 years old. So they decided to build a new torii gate. This torii gate was opened on July 4th in 2022. A torii gate separates the ordinary world from the sacred world. You can purify yourself spiritually by going through a torii gate. Tori means bird. It means residence. It is said that the name comes from the fact that a bird used to perch on the gate in the grounds. I'll give you some advice when going through the torii gate. You are expected to bow in front of a torii gate to pay your respect to the deities. It's polite not to go through the center of a torii gate because the middle of the path is for deities. So we walk to the side of the entrance. Now, we are walking down the Sando Pass, which is the approach to Meiji Jingu. Sando Pass is a sacred route that leads you closer to the gods. The grounds of the shrine are about 70 hectares, 175 acres. This forest looks natural, but it's man-made. Those trees were not here when the shrine was erected. 100,000 trees were donated from all over Japan and transplanted by 110,000 volunteers. It took 7 years to complete. And now there are about 170,000 trees. It is said that raccoon dogs and goshawks live in this forest. The approach is covered with gravel. Originally, shrines placed clean liver stones on the approach to purify the grounds. So worshippers become spiritually purified as they walk on the gravel toward the shrine. This is Shinkyo Bridge on the South Sando Pass. From the bridge, you can see a small valley that reminds you of a quiet mountain valley. Do you know sake? Sake is a sort of rice wine. These are sake barrels donated by sake makers from various areas of Japan. Each barrel contains 72 liters or 19 gallons of sake, but all these sake barrels are empty. Sake has been a very popular drink since ancient times in Japan. It has been used in agricultural and religious festivals. And it is often used in Shinto ceremonies such as weddings, jichinsai, which is the ceremony of purifying a building site, because Japanese gods or deities love sake very much. So people have dedicated sake to shrines at festival time. After the festival, participants are offered sake that received the spiritual power of the Shinto deity. Sake breweries nationwide donate their product to shrines for this purpose. And the shrine customarily display the empty sake barrels to show their appreciation. On the other side, there are wine barrels offered by French winemakers to pray for a good relationship between Japan and France. Emperor Meiji contributed a lot to Japan's modernization. He is also said to have been a pioneer in the adoption of Western culture. For example, he wore Western clothes and ate Western food. At that time, French cuisine was the main Western food at the imperial palace. And French wine also became the main drink at parties. These wine barrels have been displayed since 2005 because wine manufacturers in the Burgundy region of France began to donate wine to Meiji Jingu at the suggestion of a Japanese person who became an honorary citizen of Burgundy. This is the second torii gate, or commonly known as the Great Torii Gate, or torii in Japanese. It is the biggest wooden torii gate in Japan. It's about 12 meters high and 17 meters wide, with pillars 1.2 meters in diameter. The former torii gate was built in 1920 when the shrine was founded. The right-hand pole was struck by lightning and was damaged. The current torii gate was rebuilt in 1975. It's made of a 1,500-year-old cypress tree from Taiwan. At that time, there were not enough Japanese cypress trees. A lumber dealer went to Taiwan to look for the best timber of cypress tree. Then they transported the timber from Taiwan to Tokyo and donated it to Meiji Jingu. The style of the torii gate is called Meiji style. The characteristic of this style is that the top bar is curving up. You can also see 3 emblems on the top bar. They are the imperial family crest. The crest of the imperial family is a 16-petal chrysanthemum. In Japan, each family has a family crest. Japanese people worship nature, so the signs used in family crest are mainly flowers, trees, and insects. By looking at the family crest, you can tell what someone's family origins are. Some families use the same family crest, but nobody else can use this family crest other than the emperor or the imperial family. We have the same crest on our passports. This is the entrance to Meiji Jingu in Inner Garden. The garden has a wooden house, a pond, a well, and iris palace, so the garden is commonly called Iris Garden. The origin of the garden dates back to the early 17th century. There was a house and its garden of a feudal lord in this area. After the Meiji Restoration, it became the property of the imperial family. Emperor Meiji was actively involved in the design of the garden. He arranged a walking path and turned a paddy field into Iris Garden for the pleasure of his wife, Empress Shoken, who often visited this place because Emperor Meiji worried about her health. That is the reason why the area around here was chosen as the election site for Meiji Jingu. There is a well called the Kiyomasa's well in the garden. The water remains at a constant temperature of around 15 degrees Celsius throughout the year, and as much as 60 liters of water flow out from the well every minute. Feudal Lord Kiyomasa Kato, who was very famous for constructing huge castles, had his house here. So, according to a legend, the well was dug by him. Now, the well is thought of as a power spot. Especially young women who love such a thing would visit the well. No one knows when the rumors began, but Japanese celebrities began whispering that if you took a photo of the well and used it as your cell phone main screen, your good luck would bubble over like the pure water continued to bubble from the Kiyomasa's well for many years. The cool breeze that blows near the well will make visitors feel purified. This wood house is kakuunte, constructed in the skier style tea house design. It was built by the order of Emperor Meiji as a rest house for Empress Shoken. The house was burned down in an air raid of World War II, but it was rebuilt in 1958. This large pond is a natural pond known as Nanchi Pond. The spring water from Kiyomasa's well irrigates the Iris Garden and flows into this pond. In 1893, Emperor Meiji proposed that a paddy field be turned into a garden of irises for the pleasure of Empress Shoken. Currently, 1,500 beautiful irises are planted in 16 iris paddies. You are looking at waka, which is a classical Japanese poem. It comprises 5 lines of 5, 7, 5, 7, and 7 syllables. The first 3 lines are introductory parts, and the last 2 lines are the conclusion. The style was developed from the 6th through 8th centuries. Even today, imperial family members compose some certain poems. That poem on the right is Emperor Meiji's poem, And the poem on the left is Empress Shoken's poem. Emperor Meiji composed nearly 100,000 poems. Later, we are visiting the main sanctuary. At an amulet office, you have a chance to draw omikuji. Traditional omikuji, which is sold at any shrines or Buddhist temples, is a strip of paper with a fortune printed on it. And usually, it tells how lucky or unlucky you are. But the omikuji at Meiji Jingu is unique. They sell omikuji with waka printed on it. It doesn't tell how lucky or unlucky you are. You interpret the poem of the emperor or the empress, then just consider it as your guidance. This is the hand-washing basin called demize in Japanese. Here, we purify ourselves before entering the central court of the shrine. Wash your hands to purify yourself. Before the pandemic, there had been raiders on the basin, and we had performed purification with the ladle in a certain manner. First, scoop some water with the ladle and rinse your left hand. Hold the ladle with your left hand and rinse your right hand. Scoop some water once again. Make a cup with your left hand. Pour some water into the cup of your left hand and rinse your mouth with it. You must be careful not to gargle with the water or drink it. When water still remains in the cup, put the handle of the ladle upright, so the water cascades down the handle. This will clean it for the next person to use. Then, put the ladle back where it was. This is the proper way of purifying yourself. This is the purification place for the priest called the haraesha, purification hut. At the beginning of the ceremony, priests undergo a purification ritual here. Before entering the central grounds of the shrine to purify themselves. As you can see, this hut is surrounded by a rope with white papers which are cut in lightning shape. It is believed that this arrangement was of any evil spirits. This is the third torii gate, which is the final torii gate to the central grounds of the shrine. This traditional building is called Shukueisha. When the regular ceremonies of Meiji Jingu are held, please gather in this building. About 180 people in total work at Meiji Jingu, including about 60 priests. The adjacent building is called Kyakuden, which means guest house. It is a facility which includes waiting rooms for the wedding ceremony participants. About 2,000 couples get married at Meiji Jingu annually. If you are lucky, you can see a wedding procession. We're in the central court. This is the main hall of Meiji Jingu. When we are close to the building, we can't take pictures. If you want to take pictures, please take them from here. Once we go up to the main hall, unnecessary conversation is not allowed, and we will carry out a very short ritual there. First, stand at the offertory box placed in front of the main hall. Bow slightly once and throw money into the offertory box. This is an expression of gratitude to the deities. Next, bow deeply twice, and clap your hands twice to call the deities. After that, make a wish. It's polite to say thank you for everything that the deities has done for you before making a wish. And finally, bow deeply once again. This signifies the end of the prayer. These are sacred camphor trees called couple trees, which were donated when Meiji Jingu was founded in 1920. This pair of trees is also considered as another power spot. People who want to deepen their relationship with their partner or spouse pray in front of the trees. These trees are bound together by a rope with white papers which are cut in lightning shapes. It is believed that the rope drives away evil spirits. These are votive tablets called Emma. One side is blank, and the other side has some graphic image such as a horse, an animal of the Chinese zodiac, and so on. In this shrine, a picture of a 12-petal chrysanthemum and a Polonia, which is the shrine's crest, are depicted on the votive tablet. On the blank side, you can write your wishes and hopes, and then hung it together with the other emas. Ema literally means a picture of a horse. In ancient times, people donated horses to the shrines when they asked for a favor to the gods. However, horses were very expensive, so people began to write their wishes on the wooden tablets decorated with a picture of horses instead. More than half of the wishes on the emas in this shrine are written in foreign languages. This building is called Kagura-den, where Kagura is performed. Kagura is the sacred dance accompanied by sacred music. The dance is performed by Shinto shrine maidens, and the music is played by priests. The dance can be observed by visitors, but actually, the dance is offered to the deities in order to thank them for granting their wishes. Meiji Jingu conducts prayer services and performs ceremonies such as Hatsumiya Mode and Shichigo-san Mode. Hatsumiya Mode is the first shrine visit by a newborn baby. It is the custom of taking a baby to the local tutelary shrine in order to give thanks for the baby's birth and pray for baby's healthy growth. It is generally made on the 31st day after birth for boys and the 33rd day for girls. Shichigo-san is the rite of passage. It is held on or around November 15. Parents take their 3-year-old boys and girls, 5-year-old boys, and 7-year-old girls to the local tutelary shrine to pray for their safe and healthy future. This place is a car purification site. When you buy a new car, if you don't want any malfunctions or any car accident, park your car here. And the priest carries out a purification ceremony